God. Lord. Ah, sorry, folks. I had to fight. I got ambushed by blanket, by pillow man. Ah, messed me up real bad. My arm paralyzed. Yeah, pull out the socket. Hold on. Yeah, alright. And since he took my arm, I'm just weak from the beating. The show must go on. Now, now for today's rant. Now for today's rant, I'm going to be talking about. Hmm. Oh, now I've got it. Fan fiction. Ah, yes, fan fiction. Fan fiction is my most hated thing in the world. I mean, it's basically pointless. Like, why is there fan fiction? I mean, there's no point of fan fiction in the world. I mean, seriously. Now, I understand that it's about. I understand that it's about fans trying to make up little stories about like their favorite show. I mean, they could even make fan fiction about any show such as Game of Thrones. Alright, Game of Thrones, Full House, yes, Full House, Home Improvement, Roseanne, huh? Oh yeah, and a ton of others. Oh, even anime, which kinda is understandable. I don't know, but still, they even make fan fiction of fucking gorillas. I'm not talking about the animal. I'm talking about the animated cartoon band that everybody knows. The guys who made Clint Eastwood. If you're not familiar with that song, you are not a 2000s kid. Or basically, you don't even remember, or you're just too dumb, whatever. And yes, it's even, yeah, I mean, fanfiction is just pointless. And in the boundaries it goes on is just beyond me. It just goes, like, out of control. And I mean, if you want to know why fanfiction can get out of control, I'll give you two examples. Dipper Goes to Taco Bell and Cupcakes. Those are the two most disgusting fanfictions. Now, I'll tell you about my Dipper Goes to Taco Bell experience. Now, it was somewhere 2013, midsummer, around Augustish. School wasn't, it was like 10 days before school opened. One of my friends linked to me in a chat room on my computer. I'm not going to tell you what the website is, whatever. He linked me two of the most disgusting and just putrid fan fiction. The first link was Dipper Goes to Taco Bell. I clicked on the first link, and when I read it, I felt so cold. I felt so sick. The memories of the words that got chopped down. It just makes you want to kill the person responsible for this horse shit. Who makes a fan fiction about a 13-year-old eating his own crap? It still brings me shivers down my spine. Even if I mention this, I just get shivers down my spine. Ugh. It's just awful. Just freaking awful. And I thought it would be worse. I read the I clicked the second one. I took the second one. It was worse. It broke my mind. Cupcakes fan fiction made me in the corner. When I read it, they said I had to do it 2 times. When I read it 2 times, I went to the corner and just sobbed over and over and over again about the disgusting thing I threw up on the floor. It was everywhere. It was not a good sight, and I had multiple nightmares that week. I could barely even sleep or even get past the first day of school when I read that stupid pile of crap. That was those were the most two disgusting fanfics I've ever read. And ever since then, and ever since from that point on, I've hated fanfiction. Now you may call this an overreaction, like, hey man, can you just overreact? It's just a stupid fanfiction. I don't care if it's a fanfiction or not. Hell, even if it was real, I still hate it. But what it did to me, oh god, it made it made me think that living was pointless. This is why I can't stand it. This is what I'm talking about. The boundaries of what fan fiction goes on to are no bounds. The bounds it goes on are no limits. I mean, not even the sky would have a limit whatsoever. You just be a freaking space or whatever's beyond space. Probably just all white stuff. Nothing. Hell, you can't even create anything. You're just in a white blank space. And still, fan fiction is just dumb, and they do this over and over and over again, and the shipping is terrible. Now, back to Gravity Falls for a minute, my favorite show, by the way. They couple Dipper and Mabel. They're brother and sister. Why would you couple a brother and a sister? That is the most, that is the most insane, that's like insane. And that's incest. If you don't know what incest is, I'll tell you. Incest is when you have a sexual feeling or a sexual relationship between a family member from a from a father to a mother to an uncle to a dad, again to the aunt to a brother and sister, and anybody in your family, even your grandparents. Sorry, folks. God, that was just awful. Now it's all in my PS3. Yep, it's that bad, folks. It's that bad. I can't finish it like this. I gotta wrap it up. Ugh. So, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'll never speak of this again. Don't even give me requests to do fan fiction ever. If you want to see me in this condition, my arm is gone, I peeked on my PS3, I spit on the floor, and I'm talking about my experience of Dipper Goes to Taco Bell and Cupcakes. Jesus Christ, this is just awful. And it gets worse. So much worse. There's tons of fans for fanfiction. I don't get it. And that's why a lot of people bash on fanfiction. It's just somebody expressing a sick and twisted wet dream and trying to couple it with two characters. Especially if they're brother and sister. That is sick. I would never couple nobody that's in the same family. Who would make an incest fan fiction? I'm pretty sure it was a ton of people. And from that point on, one of my friends that sent me a link to those two godly, unspeakable fan fictions got addicted to it, and he kept showing me links of all these other ones. This I just deleted all the emails and all the text chats I had with this guy. He was sick. And that's why I'm making this rant today. Because fan fiction is bad. It can go beyond any sick, twisted limit. Because just like they say, this I mean, if people say that the sky has the limit, it doesn't. It doesn't. It goes way beyond space, even the universe. It goes beyond that. Beyond that, folks. Beyond that. That's it. Thank you. This is where the video ends. This is the ranking. If you ever come across fan fiction, do not read it. Do not get into it. And for God's sakes, don't read Dipper Goes to Taco Bell or Cupcakes. I'm gonna go find Queen. This is the ranking. This is like, subscribe, comment.